Speed Week and stuff, so just to let you know about that. And of course, we'll be back before that. You know, we take a little break between November and February, and in February we come back. That's the thing we're doing. But the big news for 2017, and I don't know, I guess it's a good idea. This has to do with the TV broadcast for 2017, okay? Another story that was on USA Today. The big change is for the entire 2017 season, there will only be 2 races starting at 1 o'clock. Now, you know, the camera's going on 1 o'clock, so by 1:20, right, green flag drops. So 1 o'clock, only 2 races will be starting at 1 o'clock. Some other races that were traditionally at 1 o'clock will be at 3 o'clock. Now, the Daytona 500 for next year is scheduled to start at 2 o'clock. All right. So there's that. Now, Steve Herbst, NASCAR Senior Vice President, Broadcasting and Production, says, quote, "It's our responsibility collectively as an industry to ensure the sport is healthy, strong, and growing by delivering great racing in a way that meets the needs of our fans." Well, the best meets the needs of our fans. Early insight on start times benefits not only fans, but also our teams and tracks, as it provides more opportunities to plan, travel, and to purchase race tickets. So, okay, that makes sense, I guess. So the question is, if it's 3 o'clock on the West Coast, how does that work? See, because 1 o'clock, right? If they're on the East Coast, it's Eastern time, so it's 1 o'clock. If it's 3 o'clock, then you know they're out west somewhere. So, which means it's 3 o'clock Eastern time, but out in Cali, it'd be 1 o'clock. So does that mean that the California races out there start at 3, which means it'd be 6 o'clock our time? I wonder. Unless they made it just, I don't know. And then, of course, you also have rain delays. Okay? Rain delays, so we'll see. Could be interesting. They're trying to get into some prime time. So, there you go. Alright, that's going to do it. Let's take a look at the schedule for this weekend. Alright, we're good to go. So, everyone's racing this weekend. NASCAR, IndyCar, Formula One, NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, and Camping World Truck Series head to the Tricky Triangle, Pocono Raceway, and Xfinity Series heads to Iowa. They were just at Iowa a couple weeks ago, I think. Or was it the trucks? One of them was just at Iowa, but now Xfinity Series heads to Iowa. A Saturday doubleheader with afternoon truck race and Saturday night Xfinity Series race. Pocono Raceway, located at the corner of Long Pond Road and Andretti Road, Long Pond, PA, 18334, 2.5 miles of asphalt, 3 turns. Bankings at turn 1 is 14 degrees, turn 2 it is 8 degrees, and at turn 3 it is 6. And Iowa Speedway, located in Newton, Iowa, 0.875 miles of asphalt with 4 turns, banking at the corners between 12 and 14 degrees. Front stretch is 10, back stretch is 4. IndyCar heads to Lexington, Ohio, and Formula One heads to Germany. So now, racing fans, Motorsports Radio proudly presents this weekend's racing schedule. Starting with NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, Saturday afternoon, July 30th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on FS1 and on MRN, the Pocono Mountains 150. This one just has 50 laps on it, so it'll be a short race. But then NASCAR Xfinity Series Saturday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, this one on NBCSN and on MRN. And that's going to be the U.S. Cellular 250 with 250 laps. NASCAR Sprint Cup Series on Sunday, July 31st, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, NBCSN, MRN, and that's going to be the Pennsylvania 400 with 160 laps. IndyCar on Sunday at 2:45 Eastern Time on CNBC and Indy Radio. That's going to be the Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio. The last Honda Indy Toronto was won by a Chevy. Chevrolet's in first place in IndyCar. Very interesting. Formula One Sunday at 7:30 a.m. NBCSN. That's going to be the German Grand Prix. 67 laps, 16 corners. 16 corners for the track. 67 laps in total. Circuit length is 4.574 kilometers. Race length is 306.458 kilometers. And that's going to do it for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Back on Monday, 7:05. We'll have a whole bunch of shows. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. And give a heads up that community radio, we're stopping posting on Facebook because Facebook, I have issues with Facebook. But we're keeping on Twitter because we got a lot of response on Twitter. So keeping it on Twitter. What else? LinkedIn, Google Plus, if I don't forget, and also on YouTube. But online community radio, communityradioly.com is the place to go. You go there, hit the play button. So I know I said this last time, but if we're not on live, you can still hit the play buttons because there's still stuff on there. So it's live and on demand. So there's always stuff on there. So just go there anytime. All right. So thank you for tuning in from Long Island, New York. This is Manny Allegretta, and this is Motorsports Radio. CommunityRadioLI.com.